Moji Babaa, chochote ninacho ni wewe, siwezi kudanganya, inaniendapo ni wewe, siwezi kudanganya.
Oh yeah. Yes. Wow. Talking about marriage and dating and God. Man, I might not be the system. Niko na a lot of thoughts on this because I've never sat kafikiria nikiuliza swali tasema nini, but I think it's possible to date and to marry, in a godly manner and in God, and I think one of the main things is that for me, that being, God says that two cannot work together unless they agree, unless they are equally yoked. So I think it's very important if we are to marry and date in God, first of all to go in God, and we have all our personal relationship in God, to go in church, to go in a spiritual authority and mentors who can be able to help you navigate, because dating for marriage is a journey that requires a lot of wisdom, that requires a lot of counsel, that requires people to walk with you and to hold you. Si kitu unaweza walk solo, and it also requires that each person in the relationship akwe submitted to God, so it's possible. I dated somebody from my own church, that we go to the same church, so under the same pastor, under the same leadership and stuff like that. So, and that was super helpful. I'm sure other guys, never date somebody from another church or somebody from another, different town and stuff like that. But I think it's important for dating that you have mentors. I think it's important for dating that each person has a spiritual walk or their own walk with God, and that they're submitted somewhere and serving somewhere, so that when you come together, you're coming together, but mko na watu, there are people who can cover you. I think covering and protection and counsel and wisdom is very important in dating and also in marriage, and that inakuwa vizuri sana. And then you guys having your own personal walks with God, that also helps, so that as you pray for each other, you grow individually, and then when you come together, now you are like a force, and when you come together, you're like, now you're growing together. So I think I don't have much to say on this topic because I just got married. I dated for a while. I dated for like 2 years before I got married. But I think the most important thing is that you have to make sure that God is absolutely at the center. That can only be done if you have your own individual walks with God, if you're submitted somewhere, if you're praying together, if you're constantly if you're seeking God, not only when kuna ngori, but una seek God at all times. So God will provide whatever wisdom, whatever knowledge is needed. God will provide whatever provision is needed to make sure that the relationship and that the relationship and the unit keeps growing. But it can only keep growing in Him if you guys are in Him at all times. If you guys are submitted to Him and are surrounded by people who will pray for you, who will cover you, who will support you where support is needed. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say for now. And for anybody who's looking to date, I guess, and you're a Christian, I think the number one thing you have to do is that keep growing yourself, keep being in God, and God will provide. Bible inasema none of you shall lack a mate. But if you want a daughter of the Most High, start behaving like a son of the Most High. If you want a son of the Most High, you start behaving like daughter of the Most High. Stay in God. Let whoever will find you, or if you're finding somebody, akupate ndani ya Mungu, akupate God akiwa anakufanyia kazi. God is working on you, God is transforming you, and then mkuje pamoja, God and like kuwa transform na kuwa build, na hivyo ikuwe a godly union that is headed towards the right direction. Yeah, man.
96.9 FM Pearl Radio.